Socrates and the Socratic Method, a labyrinthine dance of inquiry. The bustling Athenian marketplace buzzed with life. Merchants hawked their wares, politicians debated the city's future, and philosophers bickered over the nature of reality. Amidst this vibrant chaos, a barefoot figure, clad in a simple tunic, approached a group of self-assured merchants. This was Socrates, a man whose legacy would forever alter the landscape of Western thought. Unlike other philosophers who pontificated grand theories, Socrates wielded a far subtler weapon, the art of dialogue. Through his now legendary Socratic method, he didn't offer pronouncements of truth. Instead, he ignited a labyrinthine dance of inquiry, guiding his interlocutors, the person he conversed with, towards self-discovery and a deeper understanding of the world around them. Our knowledge of Socrates comes primarily from the writings of his students, Plato and Xenophon. Plato, in particular, paints Socrates as an intellectual gadfly, a relentless questioner who would persistently probe the Athenians' most cherished beliefs. Imagine Socrates approaching a group of merchants boasting about their shrewd business practices. He might begin with a deceptively simple question: what is the purpose of business? This seemingly innocuous query could easily catch the merchants off guard. Accustomed to focusing on profit margins and shrewd deals, they might stammer a reply: to make money, of course. Here, the Socratic method begins its intricate work. Socrates wouldn't accept this answer at face value. He might follow up with another question: but can wealth alone guarantee a good life? This could spark a lively debate, forcing the merchants to consider the broader purpose of their endeavors. Perhaps wealth could contribute to a good life, but could it also lead to greed and corruption? Further complicating the discussion, Socrates might introduce a hypothetical scenario. Imagine two merchants, he might say. One amasses a fortune through ruthless tactics, while the other prioritizes fairness and builds relationships with customers. Who leads a better life? This scenario challenges the simplistic equation of wealth with success, prompting the merchants to consider the ethical implications of their actions. Beyond hypotheticals, Socrates was a master of analogy. He would draw connections between abstract philosophical concepts and the everyday world the merchants understood. Perhaps he would say, a good business is like a well-functioning chariot. Just as the driver and horses need to work together for a smooth journey, so too must different parts of a business collaborate for success. This analogy helps the merchants visualize the importance of ethical behavior and collaboration within their businesses. Through this relentless questioning, Socrates would lead the merchants on a journey of intellectual self-discovery. The goal wasn't to humiliate them or impose his own beliefs. Instead, it was to unveil the inconsistencies and ambiguities in their reasoning. This process, often described as achieving aporia, a state of puzzlement, could be frustrating and disorienting for the merchants. They might start out feeling confident in their understanding of business, only to find themselves questioning the very foundations of their practices. However, this confusion was crucial. It served as a catalyst for critical thinking. By questioning their deeply held beliefs about wealth and success, the merchants were forced to examine the foundations of their knowledge. This could lead to a deeper understanding of ethical business practices, or it could reveal fundamental cracks in their entire worldview, prompting them to rebuild from the ground up. The Socratic method wasn't just about intellectual gymnastics, it had a profound ethical dimension. Socrates believed that true knowledge was essential for virtuous living. Without a clear understanding of concepts like justice, fairness, and honesty, it was impossible to consistently make good choices. The Socratic method, therefore, aimed to cultivate not just intellectual prowess, but also ethical individuals who could contribute positively to Athenian society. However, Socrates' approach wasn't universally celebrated. Some Athenians felt threatened by his constant questioning. They accused him of corrupting the youth and undermining traditional values. They perceived his method as subversive, sowing doubt in the minds of young Athenians and challenging the established social order. This ultimately led to his trial and execution in 399 BCE on charges of impiety and corrupting the youth. Despite his tragic end, Socrates' legacy continues to shape the intellectual landscape. The Socratic method has become a cornerstone of education, employed in classrooms across the globe. It equips students with the tools for critical thinking, analysis, and the ability to identify and challenge assumptions. the Socratic method's influence extends far beyond the classroom walls. Lawyers use it in courtrooms to dissect arguments and expose inconsistencies. Business leaders utilize it to facilitate brainstorming sessions and explore innovative solutions to complex problems. Even therapists employ it to guide individuals towards self-awareness and a deeper understanding of their own beliefs and motivations. The beauty of the Socratic method lies in its adaptability. It can be applied to any field of inquiry, from scientific investigation to artistic expression. By fostering intellectual curiosity and challenging assumptions, it empowers individuals to become not just passive consumers of information, but active participants in the pursuit of knowledge. However, like any powerful tool, the Socratic method has its limitations. Critics argue that the method can be time-consuming and laborious. It relies heavily on the skill of the questioner to guide the conversation effectively and to avoid leading the interlocutor towards predetermined conclusions. A poorly conducted Socratic dialogue can devolve into a frustrating exercise in semantics, leaving the interlocutor more confused than enlightened. Furthermore, the Socratic method doesn't always lead to definitive answers. Often, the purpose is not to arrive at a single truth, but to expose the multifaceted nature of a problem and encourage ongoing exploration. This can be unsettling for those seeking clear-cut solutions or definitive pronouncements. Additionally, the method assumes a certain level of intellectual curiosity and openness on the part of the interlocutor. Not everyone is receptive to being challenged on their beliefs, and some might find the constant questioning confrontational or even disrespectful. Despite these limitations, Socrates and the Socratic method continue to hold a place of immense significance in the history of philosophy. He challenged the complacency of his contemporaries, forcing them to question their assumptions and delve deeper into the complexities of the world around them. He placed the power of knowledge not in the hands of a privileged few, but within the reach of anyone willing to engage in the rigorous process of self-examination. The Socratic method continues to serve as a powerful tool for fostering intellectual humility, critical thinking, and a lifelong pursuit of understanding. It reminds us that true wisdom lies not in possessing all the answers, but in having the courage to ask the right questions. In a world overflowing with information, the Socratic method remains a vital tool for navigating the complexities of knowledge and carving our own path towards intellectual fulfillment. However, the story of Socrates doesn't end with his death. His legacy inspired generations of philosophers, from Plato and Aristotle who built upon his methods, to figures like John Dewey in the 20th century who championed Socratic dialogue as a cornerstone of progressive education. The Socratic method continues to evolve and adapt, finding new applications in various fields and sparking intellectual revolutions across time and cultures. The legacy of the gadfly, beyond the classroom walls. The impact of Socrates and the Socratic method extends far beyond the dusty halls of academia. Here, we explore how this method continues to shape various aspects of our lives. The law and justice system, courtrooms are a natural battleground for the Socratic method. Lawyers, particularly in cross-examination, utilize a Socratic approach to dissect witness testimonies, expose inconsistencies, and reveal hidden biases. By asking a series of pointed questions, a skilled lawyer can demolish a seemingly airtight case or elicit crucial information from a reluctant witness. This Socratic dance plays a vital role in ensuring a fair trial and upholding the principles of justice. The business world, the boardroom, is no longer a place for pronouncements from CEOs. Modern business leaders are increasingly recognizing the value of the Socratic method in fostering innovation and problem-solving. Brainstorming sessions become more productive when facilitated by questions that challenge assumptions and encourage diverse perspectives. Difficult decisions are tackled more effectively when team members are encouraged to articulate their reasoning and identify potential flaws in proposed solutions. The therapeutic realm, therapy has witnessed a shift towards a more collaborative approach, and the Socratic method plays a crucial role in this transformation. Therapists no longer simply offer diagnoses or dispense advice. Instead, they use carefully crafted questions to guide clients towards self-discovery. By helping clients explore their thoughts, feelings, and motivations, therapists empower them to identify patterns, challenge negative self-talk, and ultimately, develop healthier coping mechanisms. the digital age, in today's information-saturated world, the ability to critically evaluate information is more important than ever. The Socratic method equips us with the tools to navigate the vast ocean of online content. By asking questions about the source of information, the author's credibility, and the evidence presented, we become more discerning consumers of information and avoid falling prey to misinformation and confirmation bias. The art of conversation. The Socratic method is not just about formal settings, it can enhance our everyday conversations. By asking thoughtful questions that encourage elaboration and reflection, we can transform superficial interactions into stimulating dialogues that foster deeper connections with others. However, the Socratic method is not a foolproof tool. Here are some potential pitfalls to consider. The power imbalance. The method can become manipulative if the questioner uses it to impose their own agenda. A healthy Socratic dialogue requires a balance between guiding and listening. The echo chamber. If the conversation remains within a limited set of assumptions, it can lead to reinforcing existing biases rather than fostering genuine exploration. The limits of inquiry. Not all problems can be solved through questioning. Sometimes, decisive action or clear answers are necessary. The future of the method. As the world continues to evolve, so too will the applications of the Socratic method. Here are some potential areas of exploration. Artificial intelligence. Can AI be programmed to conduct Socratic dialogues? This could have applications in education, therapy, and even customer service. Online learning platforms. How can the Socratic method be adapted to foster deeper engagement in online learning environments? Global collaboration. The Socratic method can be a powerful tool for bridging cultural divides and fostering cross-cultural understanding. In conclusion, Socrates' legacy lives on not just through dusty philosophical texts, but through the ongoing practice of critical inquiry. The Socratic method, like a persistent gadfly, continues to prod us to question, to explore, and to never settle for easy answers. In a world that bombards us with information and opinions, it equips us with the tools to think for ourselves, engage in meaningful dialogue, and ultimately, pursue a life of intellectual fulfillment.